Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. Market veteran targets XRP rally to $4.50, says XRP consolidation period is over. And I hope that is true. I will tell you this at the outset of the video. I am increasingly seeing reputable XRP chart analysts believing that this is looking like an actual breakout moment. So I don't pretend to know for sure what the answer is, but I do know that when a bunch of talented chart analysts who have historically been pretty gosh darn accurate about XRP are saying the same or similar thing, usually whatever they think is going to happen tends to. So we're going to get into it. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice. And you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. At first, I thought I'd kick this little shindig off with a post from Crypto Wizard. He shared this with his 106,000 followers on X. And so you got a few things going on here. You've got Bitcoin on the bottom. You've got the Russell 2000 in the middle, which is small cap stocks. And on the top, you have the ISM, which is the Institute for Supply Management Index. And so the ISM, by the way, it's a key gauge of U.S. manufacturing. So readings above 50 mean expansion, and below 50 means contraction. And right now it's still a little bit under 50, but there's a reason he's highlighting this. Whenever it turns back above that level, history shows that small caps and Bitcoin rally hard. So for XRP holders, that's important because once liquidity hits crypto, it eventually rotates into altcoins, setting the stage for XRP to benefit unquestionably. That is what's happening. So it's just another metric you can look at for confluence. Look at where it is. Don't be surprised to see it rocket higher. It happens every market cycle. Then you've got the Russell 2000, which is a stone's throw away from its all-time high. We haven't seen an all-time high for the Russell 2000 in a long time here, but man, it's close. It's like 1% away or something stupid low like that. And even Bitcoin's well positioned. It's been running as of the time I'm recording this video anyway. Like it's been performing. It's just that altcoins actually have been outperforming. Bitcoin dominance decreasing, which is the perfect recipe for alt season. You love to see it. And so he said here, this is chart analyst Dom now at TraderView 2. And he shared the XRP US oil pair, which is fascinating because at least in recent times, it has pretty well led the XRP USD pair. And so here's what he wrote. And this is just from yesterday afternoon. He says, bulls have pushed us to the local downtrend price, has been fighting since July. This is an important area where a more significant breakout could occur. And I just thought I'd highlight that briefly because I keep seeing that. And again, that's not the USD pair, but it doesn't matter. Not that much. I mean, things are looking good for XRP, just broadly speaking, and I keep seeing that over and over and over again. Here's another example. This is from Altcoin Gordon. He shared this with his 805,000 followers on XO. He's actually one of the most well-known chart analysts in all of crypto here. XRP USD chart on the screen. And yesterday he wrote, 2 solid weeks of buying from the XRP army. The next leg up will be violent. And mind you, at the time, XRP was $3.06, so up a bit. But as of the time I'm recording this, I've already seen XRP hit $3.18. So I don't know what it is by the time you're watching this. Could be a little lower, a little higher, but it doesn't matter ultimately. This thing is well positioned. That's a key takeaway, very obviously. Then there's this from chart analyst Galaxy, XRP USD chart here, and he says, XRP, this is how a bullish chart looks like. Green line is what we want to break to see some strong momentum. And the green line is $3.33. So that's a key level. Now this chart, it's really zoomed out. So this is going back to like, 2017, halfway through 2017, or the latter half of 2017 up until now. So you can see this little wedge right here, this little symmetrical triangle. We're breaking out of that bad boy. Tons of analysts that I follow have been highlighting that. He just happens to be zoomed out on it. But take a look at this post from chart analyst Miro. This is a more zoomed in one going back the last couple months. And he's one of the more popular analysts out there too, 401,000 followers for a reason here. And he says, XRP going slow but steady. Here another entry. And it's the same thing I keep seeing. If you've been following my videos the last few days where I'm covering market activity, then you've probably picked up on the fact that they're all noticing this and they all insist it's a fantastic sign. So if you're wondering, is XRP going to break out for that face-melting rally that we've been waiting almost a decade for? The answer is yes, that is what's most probable. And so I don't pretend to know for sure what's going to happen ever. I know I can't. I'm just realistic about that. That's fine. But I do believe that let enough time pass, of course it's going to happen. We just don't control when it happens. And if not for the SEC, yeah, it would have happened years ago. It would have happened several years ago, 2021, last cycle. But here we are. XRP has been picking up steam, obviously. It's the #1 performing altcoin since the election out of the top 100. Fundamentals have never been stronger. It's got legal clarity. The war on crypto is over in the United States. It's never been better positioned. What do you think happens as liquidity increases? It's going to go absolutely berserk. Which leads us to this. Market Veteran targets XRP rally to $4.50. Says XRP consolidation period is over. And they're sharing perspective from chart analyst Casey Trades. And I've got 2 posts from her. This is the one that they were referencing. And this is from a few days ago. And then I've got an updated one, which is shorter than this. I'm going to share both of them. So here's the one from a few days ago. Consolidation ends, momentum builds. And again, a few days ago, and what's happened since then? XRP, when this was posted, $2.99. It's already ran up to $3.18. And this is in line with what a lot of analysts are noticing, like, hey, guys, this is actually the point where you can expect some blasty blast action, you know? And so anyway, Casey Trades writes the following. XRP is heating up. It has broken out of its months-long consolidation, and confirmation of the breakout is occurring with the $3 test now in play. Looking at the daily time frame, price has been battling this level the last few days, tapping resistance, rejecting slightly, and now pressing for a decisive move higher. Momentum is no doubt returning to the market. Relative Strength Index is building a steady bullish slope with its moving average. It's holding a support along the trend line. These are clear signs that strength is quietly building. Once XRP clears $3, the next areas to watch are $3.08 and $3.27. Both are equally valid at this point. What I'm watching for is the major fib levels to turn to support. So breaking to either of these prices will set up a clean backtest to the key fib levels. That'll be the .382 support at $3 and 236 resistance at $3.25. Now beyond that, fib extensions from the larger consolidation haven't changed, and I still point toward the $4.50 zone as a breakout target. So folks, we are talking about price discovery, and that is the point in time where we're living in face melt territory, because it's not going to stop there. I mean, not that it'll perfectly go up in a straight line, but if it's anything like the last 2 market cycles, it's going to be short-lived. You're only going to have it could be 2 or 3 weeks from when it really starts running to the peak. Whenever XRP peaks, that would be historically normal. So just be prepared to take action. And if you're one of the people that just think it's going to keep going up forever, I just got to tell you respectfully, you are wrong. That is not going to happen. Markets find peaks. They absolutely do. It's going to be euphoric. And then there's going to be all sorts of people screaming, it's never going to go back down. It's going, what are you talking about? The fundamentals. Flip the switch, man. Okay, yeah, you're going to get wrecked if you actually buy into those stupid narratives. The market moves in tandem. Every single asset will find a top, including XRP. But that's not bad. That's what we've been waiting for all these years. I want that to happen, okay? And I'm not going to be able to sell the top because I don't know exactly what it'll be, but as I become enticed to sell because my portfolio is worth so damn much, I will scale out of my position just like I dollar cost averaged in over a span of years. A key difference here is, though, life-changing wealth, but setting that aside, limited amount of time compared to the multiple years that I had to dollar cost average into the position. I might only have 2 or 3 weeks, same for you guys, to scale out once this final leg starts going, if it looks like previous cycles. And if the analysts that are talking about this stretching out further are right, I don't know, in theory, maybe it could go longer. I'm just not going to bet on that. Maybe it happens. I'm not going to bet on that. I'm going to get mine while it's presented to me. Anyway, and then she says, the previous high of $3.66 will likely serve as the retest area once that move is made. XRP continues to hold market structure with a clean consolidation pattern and breakout attempt. $3 is now acting as the pivotal support level for continuation. And so, again, it's burst from there, at least to this point. And here's the latest from it. This is from Friday, yesterday. XRP USD on the screen here. Simply wrote, who is ready for XRP to finally leave consolidation and run? And so there's that sustained confidence that I find from all of the XRP chart analysts that I follow. It's just the arguments being made now is that this looks like the moment, roughly speaking. Doesn't mean it has to be today, tomorrow, next week, so on and so forth. But you're living in a moment where any day, yeah, it actually could start running. That's the exciting part. That's the fun part. Here's a post from chart analyst E-Greg Crypto, XRP USD on the screen here. It says 3-day time frame analysis. XRP is breaking out as anticipated. The symmetrical triangle suggests a 50% chance for upward movement and 50% downward. Says read the full post about symmetrical triangle dated below. And for the sake of time, I'm not going to go through the previous post. It was from just a few days ago. But here he also wrote, and mind you, this is from this morning, 2:50 a.m. So this is some of the latest stuff from him. He says, now we need to see a solid follow-up with a bullish candle over the next 2 days. It's crucial to achieve a bullish candle close and maintain the body above $3.07, which, at least at the time I'm recording this, is the case. Happy to see that. It says this confirmation will be key to sustaining the momentum. So I'm just telling you, things are looking pretty good. I don't know how you could not be excited for the future, like specifically this market cycle. That does not make sense to me. All sorts of people still fearful out there. A little bit less so over the last day as the market's risen up, which is funny. Like, that's all it takes a day. But yeah, that is all it takes for some people. They're just whipsawing emotionally back and forth. When the market's up, oh my God, I'm so gleeful. And then when it's down, oh my God, I'm sad now. Like, can you imagine living like that? Someone listening to me right now is living that life. Don't live that life. Do not live that life, okay? Just broad exposure for multiple years. That's how you win. Okay, you don't need to do chart analysis. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to buy a course from anybody. I don't even have anything to sell you. I have no course to sell you. You don't need it, though. You can literally just have broad exposure, and then you wait. You don't choose how long the wait's going to be, but either you have exposure when the market runs, or you do not. That is that. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!